Architectural Builders Supply is pleased to present you with this recording of the technical question that is listed in the title of this video.
This call may be monitored and recorded for quality assurance.
Build a 1-inch thick door assembly. And we're thinking about using 3 standard hinges, one of them spring-based. I'm wondering if the 3.5 by 3.5 size hinge is what we would use for a thinner profile door like 1-inch, or would we be able to use a 4.5 by 4.5?
Definitely no to the latter. There's no chance of getting a 4.5 on there.
Okay, that's what I thought.
You know, a 3.5 by 3.5, I'm also tempted to say that's...
Is that more for like a 1 3/8 door?
Most definitely, it is. The outside edge of the leaf to the center line of the screw nearest the barrel is 11/16. So you're going to be right there with that screw.
Okay. They make anything smaller than 3.5 by 3.5?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they make narrow hinges. Let's take a look. Okay. There is a 3 by 3, and that's... Yeah, that doesn't improve us very much. It only improves us to 5/8. You know, it'll fit. It's going to fit. It just doesn't improve us a lot. So what you might consider doing is, bear with me. Tell me about the door that you're hanging.
So it's going to be a 3/4 MDF with a 1/4-inch plywood on the back, just to make that total buildup of 1 inch. Sure.
So most definitely a Parliament hinge would work. And if you search the term Parliament hinge, you'll find it. It's a hinge that would definitely fit and may be okay. And I'm pulling up, I probably have scrolled, okay. So we also have 3 by 2 hinges. And well, sorry, I've got 2.5 by 2.5, and I've got 2.5 by 2. Now those are considered, you know, they're considered residential weight. I got a 2.5 by 2.5, and that's going to be pretty narrow. Let's pull that up. I have to pull up a drawing, assuming I have one. Product. Yeah, I don't have a technical drawing on it, but the bottom line is you fold that 2.5 in half. Now you've got 1.25 inches, so we know the screws won't be close to breaching, and you'll give yourself a little bit of a hinge back set as well. So the issue with that 2.5 though is it has ball tips. So you know that may or may not be a deal killer.
Oh no, because the other side of the door is dead space, just dead mechanical space, so nobody's going to care what it looks like. From the hinge side.
So that part number for the 2.5 is 80100J as in Juliet. And if you search that by site, many will come up. They're the same thing, just different finishes.
And what manufacturer is that?
Company name is IDH. They're an importer of very nice quality fit and finish Asian manufactured builders hardware. Baldwin probably has them as well. I just thought of IDH first.
Have you bought any recently? Do you know if they carry lead times? Actually, I just came on Amazon and they're right there. Usually. Yeah, we don't advocate buying them on Amazon, but for sure. But all kidding aside, you know, you're probably a little flexible with the finish, and if you want an antique copper, yeah, that could be an issue. But you know, I'm sure they'll have something on hand. Actually, it won't be an issue.
Yeah.
I think we can get away with anything.
Yeah. So that might be an option. You know, I'd like to go a little bit smaller. How heavy do you think the doors will be?
So the MDF is about 100 pounds for a 4x8 sheet. This one's going to be 2x8, so 50 pounds,
So half
maybe
of that.
75 pounds in
Yeah.
total.
I would definitely use 4 of those hinges. Most definitely.
And do they have a spring option as well for the side?
Oh, yeah. Forgive me. You mentioned that. That's going to be a major problem. You said that originally.
Okay.
So what about someone like Bomber can make reverse spring hinges, or Stanley can make reverse spring hinges.
Okay.
And they can do those in a surface mount. The issue though is you'd kind of have to you'd have to use all the same hinge from Stanley in the sense of whatever mates up to that spring hinge, but surface mounting it's going to be dreadful. The issue though is they can do a 3.5, and we know that you won't technically run the screw outside of the door in that regard. So I think you can use a 3.5 inch, but you're going to have 0 backset, and those screws are going to have to be carefully drilled straight. That's the issue. Yeah. What about
I'm
saws?
looking at. Oh yeah, it's I think just a little bit too much out of our price range.
Yeah, and plus that 216, the smallest spring they make may not go down. Yeah, it's got to be 1 3/8. Yeah. What about
I'm looking on. I just typed in on Google 2.5 by 2.5 spring hinge, and it brought me to Home Depot. And I'm looking at something that looks kind of like a gate hinge. It says it's a 2.5 by 4 3/8.
Okay.
Something by St. Simon's.
Well, St. Simon's is IDH. What's the part number?
IDH. Yep. IDH. Let's see. Give me one. Oh, model number 80360.
Oh shit.
And then that's would be the finish.
Of course. Yeah, I wasn't thinking that stuff at all. So diving into that world, there are definitely hinges that we can use, and you don't have to. The problem with that is you're going to need all of those on the door.
All of them as a spring?
Yeah, because of that vertical axis of pivoting is going to have to be compatible. And then they also have half surface version, ID8, but we'd go with Bomber because they're less expensive. There's also the 80320. That would be a half surface that would also work, but again, you also need all of that. Now the problem with that stuff is, tossing something 75 pounds on there, you might need all of those springs just to get the door to close.
Oh, I see that, the 80320. That's looks like a fatter body.
Yeah.
We could even go with the height up to 6 hinges just to make sure it holds and it's got enough.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, actually, this looks like a good option.
If you go with the 80320, I would recommend Bomber because they're going to be less expensive.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. That looks good.
Yeah, they're way less expensive. A 9330
$50
maybe.
for a pair.
Yeah, pass.
What's the so this is IDH and this is the 80320. What's the Bomber spec?
So a good part number for a Bomber would be 2200. So 2200, then dash and whatever our finish is. So in my website, if you searched for like 2200-601, you'll find
is
a
that
half
Bomber
surface
like
spring.
BOMBER?
No, BOMMER, but just search 2200-601.
601.
If you're in my site, it'll be the top item that comes up. It's half the cost, and made in the United States.
Oh yeah, these look nice too.
Yeah, and I've got if you wanted to test them, I've got them sitting here.
Yeah, I'll let you know. We have a meeting in about 30 minutes. going to put something together, but maybe I'll call you back tomorrow, see if we can place an order on this one.
Well, I will be here if you call.
I'll get with Joe to put the order. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Richard.
Thank you for calling, sir. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Architectural Builders Supply hopes you have enjoyed this program. Again, thank you for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, please click thumbs up, please subscribe, and maybe even send the video to someone that you know. Thank you.